pantry cake uses ingredients from your pantry. While there are a certain number of ingredients that you have to use, a lot of the ingredients in this recipe can be changed. This cake requires 2 different layers, the first layer being the topping and the second layer the cake. The ingredients in the topping, you could change out the oats for some nuts or maybe crushed up Speculaas cookies. And for the spices, you can use what you have, cinnamon, cardamon, allspice, anything that you already have in your pantry. For the ingredients in your cake layer, the same principle applies. There's some staple ingredients that you have to have, but there are a lot of ingredients that are interchangeable, such as, for example, the Greek yogurt. You can change that with a non-dairy yogurt or milk with a little bit of lemon. You can also change out some of the filling. I used frozen blueberry and raspberries, but you can also use any fresh fruit that you happen to have. To assemble your topping, take a medium-sized bowl, add your sugar, your flour, your oats, all the dry ingredients together, also the spices that you happen to have in your pantry, and mix together. Then you want to take your melted butter, add it in there, and mix until you get a kind of crumbly, clumpy texture. You don't want it to be too wet, but you also don't want it to be too dry. Once you finish this up, set it to the side. Next, to assemble the ingredients for the cake layer, your first step is you need another medium bowl. I didn't have one, so I used a pot. And you want to sift together and mix your dry ingredients. You're going to want to set aside your sifted mixed dry ingredients, get another bowl, preferably larger, to mix your wet ingredients. Your first step with the wet ingredients is to cream the butter, room temperature, with the sugar. This is about 1 to 2 minutes. Then you're going to want to add 1 egg at a time. So crack your egg, mix, crack your second egg, mix. After mixing your eggs, you're going to want to add your vanilla extract, mix it well, and then next you're going to want to add either your Greek yogurt, your buttermilk, your milk with lemon, whatever you happen to have in your pantry. This is where you're going to add it, and you're going to add it with half of your dry mixture, that flour mixture that you had set to the side. After that's well mixed, you're going to add the rest of the dry ingredients and mix to well combined. Make sure you scrape the sides of your bowls and at the bottom to make sure that everything is well incorporated. Finally, you can add optional lemon rind. If you don't have it, it's not that big of a deal. And then you want to fold in your fruit. So this could be frozen fruit, this could be fresh fruit, this could be canned fruit, this could be dried fruit. This could be chocolate, to be honest. Any ingredients that you want to put in the filling, this is where you want to fold it in with a spatula or a spoon. So now you need your baking pan. So preferably square, not too big, but to be honest, whatever you have will work. You want to butter the bottom so it doesn't stick, and then you want to add the cake layer. After adding the cake layer, you want to sprinkle your topping, that crumble layer on top, to where it's evenly distributed everywhere. You want to put your cake into a preheated oven of 177 degrees Celsius and set the timer for roughly 45 minutes. My cake took 55 minutes, but my pan was a bit thicker. So if you have a thinner pan, maybe a little bit less time, more time for a thicker pan. This is definitely a cake that makes a mess. So anybody that's going to enjoy it, make them clean up. Maxime, you get to clean all this up.
Oh, fuck you.